Gaydos, do I need to remind you about the story that included a video? If the name Tyron McAlpin means anything to you, this was the deaf and disabled man who surveillance and body cam video showed two Phoenix police officers jump on him.
They mauled him.
Beat him and tase him. By the way, throw him in jail. Stayed in jail for a while.
Stayed in jail for a month.
Yeah. Before this video came out, at which point charges were dropped.
We talked to his lawyer, and nobody knew this. And
right.
The lawyer said, no, he was in jail. Well, how long was he in jail? 30 days or 20 days or something like that.
20-something days.
And you're like, oh, my gosh.
24
days. By the way, still, yeah. I have not found a single friend of mine who is a cop or, cops that we call on the show and get some feedback. Not a single one has told me this was okay. Not a single one.
So there's multiple things that bother me with this. For one, we know it now. It was a case of, mistaken identity or not even that.
I don't think that's what it was.
Well, they were the two police officers were in the process of trespassing a man from a Circle K.
Yeah, they were taking a white dude out of the Circle K.
Because he was being unruly.
The white dude said, I didn't do anything wrong. It's the black guy across the street.
He said, that guy assaulted me.
So then they cops,
let him go.
They did.
Ran across the street.
So in their car, they pulled out.
Yeah.
They stopped the car, and the one cop, I guess, said something from inside the car. And then in less than a second.
They're on top of him. And beating him.
It was awful.
Here's the problem I have with this also. Mr. McAlpin, the guy who got the crap kicked out of him.
Yeah, and tased.
Served and protected like nobody else. He was charged. He was charged, which is why he was in there, of felony aggravated assault on a police officer.
Can I try and explain that?
They lied on their police report.
Or that. Like when you watch the video, the deaf man is flailing around. And the way that I saw it was he didn't even know who was attacking him. He had no idea.
He wasn't looking at him.
He had no idea who was on him.
Right, when somebody jumps on top of him.
Yeah. And so I think that all of us would have that exact same reaction if you're walking and then all of a sudden there's a guy basically on you. What do you start doing? It's fight or flight, man.
So, predictably, Mr. McAlpin has filed a notice of claim, which is like a precursor to a lawsuit.
Yeah, here's what the lawsuit entails.
In the notice of claim, McAlpin's attorney is alleging that Benjamin Harris and Kyle Sue with Phoenix police filed false reports. McAlpin has cerebral palsy. His attorney says that his client has suffered severe physical, mental, and emotional pain and suffering. If the city does not respond to that notice of claim within 60 days, then a lawsuit could be filed.
And so we're talking about $3 million?
$3.5.
$3.5 million.
That you're going to pay.
No, you're paying it.
You're paying it.
I'm not paying it. You're paying it.
Yeah.
We're
the taxpayers pay that.
Paying it.
So there's another thing that sticks in my craw. And this won't make my cop friends happy, and I've had this debate with them, and I don't care. Why do I have to pay for their misdeeds? If you broke the law, you get your day in court. We'll go ahead and adjudicate this one. We'll show that video. Please put me on the jury. Please. We'll show that. You'll lose. Why shouldn't the police be the ones that pay that, not the taxpayers, the city of Phoenix? Make it come out of their, I'll tell you what, make it come out of their pension. How's that?
I don't think that's the deal. I don't think that's what they signed up for. The city,
but there's no downside.
Yeah,
they're not going to go to jail. They won't send them to jail. If I did that to a guy on the street, I'd go to jail. They're not going to send the cops to jail. It's not coming out of their pocket. They're not going to pay anything.
That's not necessarily true. That's not true that they might not go to jail. I don't know that for a fact.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well,
there's no charges against them yet. They're still investigating. It's disgusting.
Listen, they jumped the guy. That's the easiest way for me to say it. They jumped the guy. I don't know why they did it. And you know me, I start on the side of the cops every single time. And as soon as you see, because I think they have the toughest job in the world, as soon as you see this video, you can watch it a couple different ways, couple different angles. It
doesn't get better.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
It gets worse. And you've got to just think, what in the world were they thinking? Why would you do something like that?
Bad cops.
Yeah.
And the good cops that covered up for them are bad cops. And the cops that saw that video and then read their police report and said, I don't see anything, bad cops. You can't cover for bad cops and call yourself a good cop. Can't do it. Yeah. You got to pick a side of the fence.
The response.
They even said he stole a cell phone in the police report. Right. It was his cell phone.
The response to this by the Phoenix Police Department has not been good. And the city of Phoenix, they've dragged their feet on this.
Yeah.
No one has come out and said, hey, you know what? This was egregious. The only person that I can find that has said this is the Phoenix City Councilman, Robinson, that we have on, a former police officer of 30 years. I mean, he came on with us and he goes, guys, this doesn't look good.
Indefensible.
He knows it. He knows it because he's a cop. He's a former cop. I haven't heard the police chief talk about this. Maybe he's not allowed to. But you need to get out in front of something like this and say, hey, there's a situation and we need to handle this. And they didn't do that.
Nope.
Thanks for watching Outspoken with Bruce and Gaydos. Tap to watch more from KTAR News and click the button in the middle to subscribe.